Hello everybody, it's VOC here. I'm going to try again on this video. I went and added some noise suppression into the mic and changed kind of the inputs on my microphone. We'll see if that makes it for any better. I'm going to run a simulacrum here and just kind of talk through it. I'm really enjoying just kind of slowly farming the simulacrums. They're simulacrums, how do you say that? They're pretty relaxing paced, and they're kind of fun. My build is BANE. I'm running BANE at level 30, and I get level 30 from this Empower in this chest, which gives me a bunch of extra levels. I have Lori's Lantern for defense, extra curse from the ring, extra curse, and the 4 curses from the gloves. This gives me pain attunement, which is 30% more damage, extra curse from the boots. The shield gives me curse effect, and I can ignore curses. This helm gives me a bunch of damage, plus it's got my helm enchant. This gives me curse effect, and then this gives me chaos multiplier. In my tree, it's a kind of a traditional BANE tree, except I love the cluster jewels. I'm using 6 cluster jewels. I'm using 2 chaos cluster jewels and 4 curse effect cluster jewels. So it gives me 105% extra curse effect and 50% more damage, well, from 50% increased damage taken, which is pretty crazy. So other than that, I've got a pretty traditional BANE tree that just skips the left side and focuses on cluster jewels instead. I've got a BANE Watcher's Eye. I'm running, I should be running this too. I'm running Malevolence, Discipline, and Clarity because I have a Malevolence, Clarity Watcher's Eye. And that's about it. It's pretty simple build. And I'll talk you through the simulacrum here, and we'll see if the second take of this video is any good. In the first take of the video, first of all, my microphone was all messed up, and second of all, when I got to the end, the game crashed in the 19th wave. So let's see, where am I at now? This town. How is this town laid out? This town's okay. Each simulacrum takes you to a different town, and you fight 19 waves of enemy in the town, and then between each wave you can stash. In each wave you get more delirious, so the monsters hit harder and do more stuff. Ooh, I'm lagging here a bit. Oh, this is not good. I have to alt tab and see what's going on with that. Yeah, these are from my incubators. Let me alt tab and close some other stuff real quick. There we go, I found the problem. Yeah, I found the problem, I think. And then each time you start the next wave, it clears all the loot off the ground. And it increases your delirium level, and it gives you another random set of modifiers. So my BANE has huge area of effect. And when I click BANE, it's applying 5 curses. 4 curses from the gloves and 1 curse linked to BANE. Linked to BANE I have Despair, which is my curse, and then I have Void Manipulation, and BANE, and Efficacy, and I think, let's see, what do I have? I have Control Destruction, BANE, Void Manipulation, Empower, Despair, and Efficacy. So that's basically it. And then I get a wither totem, multiple totems, and then I have flame dash, and that's all I cast. And I have Val discipline. My flasks are really important. Ooh, we got porcupines. Porcupines can one-shot me. But all the recovery comes from Cinder Swallow and from the curses. So let's go through the curses I apply. So Despair is the main curse. I apply it at like over 200% curse effect. So I have 105% curse effect from my cluster jewels, and then 30% curse effect from my helm enchant, and then 25% curse effect from my ascendancy, and another 20 or 30% curse effect from my tree, and then 10% curse effect from Bane. So all in all, it's something like 200% curse effect for Despair. And then the other curses apply at like 150% curse effect. And there are temporal chains for the slow, and feeble for the damage reduction, and so the monsters can't hit me. Poacher's Mark for the flask regen. Flask regen is really important. And then Assassin's Mark for the life and mana on kill. I have a very low mana pool, so I can only cast Bane a couple times unless I kill something. And then I get a bunch of recovery as well from Cinder Swallow. And then I'm running a movement flask, a granite flask with freeze immunity, a stibnite flask with bleed immunity, and then Cinder Swallow gives me a bunch of regen. And then Blood of the Crew is amazing because it heals me twice. My life pool is only about 3,000, and Blood of the Crew heals for more than that. Heals for like 3,500. And then it heals again at the end of its flask effect for 3,500, so Blood of the Crew will heal me and then top me off completely at the end of its flask effect. I like this one. This is going to give me blight oils and fossils. This will be a good reward, maybe. I like this town layout. Each time you run a simulacrum, you get a different town layout. I don't like the ones where you have to run up and down like 3 sets of stairs. This is nice because you're just running around in a circle. Excuse me. And it's kind of relaxing because you can take it at your own pace. The only thing that's kind of annoying in these is if you have to leave for a trade, you burn a portal, but it's a good trade, it's worth it. If I'm running them fast, I can do them in about 18 to 20 minutes. You know, this one I'll run a little bit slower because I'll chat with y'all. But I'm really enjoying this league. It's kind of a fun league. I really like the cluster jewels. I think the cluster jewels add a ton of build diversity, and I think their potential is still really untapped. I don't think anybody has I think there's been a lot of neat builds made already, but I think that there's going to be even more broken builds that are made from the cluster jewels. You can just stack and specialize so much, and it allows for even more min-maxing. The reason my build excels at, or does well at running the Simulacrum, is the space of this map is so confined, and I use Profane Bloom, which is one of the versions of explosions. So each level of deliriousness increases the monster's health and life and damage. But I have Profane Bloom, which says 25% chance to explode, dealing a quarter of their life as chaos damage. So it doesn't really matter how much life they have, because as long as I blow them up, they're gonna blow up all their friends, and that's how that works. And you can get that You can get versions of explosion from that explosion chest that you can make. You can get it from cluster jewels now. There's a lot of different ways to get versions of that explosion modifier now. It's a very powerful modifier, and it definitely helps in maps like this. Let's see, what do we get? We get incubators and scarabs. That's good. So I just basically just curse and move. At about wave 12, monsters spawn that can one-shot me. And I die every now and then in this map, but generally I complete them. The video made right before this, I had 2 bosses spawn in the final area. They might have killed me. I probably could have got him if I just slowed down and fought him a little slower.
You can't get rid of me, exile. I am you.
Let's see, what do we have here? We have random items and prophecies. Prophecies could be good. There's some neat prophecies you can get. Porcupines are kind of dangerous.
Too much clutter.
And nothing too exciting there. Let's put on the new set of incubators. I kind of have some system for storing stuff. I got 5 exalted shards. Look at that. All my flasks are 20 now.
Nothing you do matters. The dream will end, and the dreamer will pass.
But yeah, I really like the pace of this map. You just you have your stash there, and you can kind of get every item in the game. You can get items from, you know, all the past league content. It's kind of random. It's kind of like Metamorphs, where you would save up a bunch of Metamorphs in Tane's laboratory, and you go and you just fight them one after the other. You get like 20. Here we get 20 random waves of increasingly difficult guys. Oh, I got a big something. Meat Shield 2123. Huh. I wonder if that'll solve for something. Meat Shield 2123. I don't know, minion build. Somebody might want that. But and it's also kind of like the Legion mechanic, but the Legion was more rushed. You kind of had to go for like rush. You don't really have to rush here. You can just kind of take your time. That's why it makes it good for it's relaxing. So when I log on each day, I do a couple of these. It's definitely not the most like efficient money making thing you can do if you want to make currency in this game. Go kill bosses, you know, farm Watcher's Eyes, and you know, just boss all day long. You'll make tons of currency. Ooh, this is the boss. Why does he not show up? I guess I killed him. This is one of the things that you saw him over there. When I get hit, I cast a reflection of myself. It's actually great in here because they'll just focus on my dummy copy so much. It's a really great glove enchant. I get a lot of stun immunity from my boots. This is an incredibly powerful enchant. And then this is also a great enchant for doing these zones. 4% life, cast resistant, increased damage, mana regeneration rate, surge in vitality. That's actually a really good small cluster jewel. I'm gonna have to check that one out later on. Where do I have all those at? Put it down here for now. That could be pretty good actually. Every couple of waves I kind of just dump stuff into my stash. Wave 12. So wave 12 is where stuff starts to spawn that can one-shot me if I don't have it cursed. If it's cursed, it's no problem. But if it's not cursed, it can pop me for 5k, 6k, even. And sometimes, even if it's cursed, like if it's an explosion effect or a ground effect or something where the curse isn't gonna diminish its damage. See, I just got hit for like 4,000 there. It can still get me. So it's at wave 12 that I start being a little bit more careful. Read the mods. You know, talismans are really at a bad place right now. The main problem with talismans is you can't anoint them. And if you can't anoint them, it really draws away from them. Monster life damage, impale, no big deal. One of the things I don't know about this map is, I wonder if it spawns more monsters if you kill them faster. I don't think it does. I think it just spawns a fixed amount of monsters no matter what. Like, I wonder, because if you could kill them faster and spawn more waves and up the number of rewards you get, that would be neat. But I don't feel like the pace at which I kill them determines how many ultimately I get to fight. I just feel that it's a fixed number, but if anybody feels differently, let me know in the comments. Wave 14. I have two versions of this build that I've made into a guide. If you Google VOC BANE Bloom, that's VOC BANE, the word BANE and the word Bloom, you can find my two guides. I have a version that's cheap, very cheap to build, and then a version that's kind of closer to the version I'm playing now, which is more expensive. And to be honest, the cheap version of the build is very effective. It's just the expensive version of the build is a little is more min-maxed. But even the cheap version of the build can clear this map. I was clearing it earlier in the league with the cheaper version of the build
Much clutter.
without all the high-end items, and you just have to play a little bit safer. Play a little bit more defensively, but it can clear the map just fine. You can clear tier 16s and Guardians just fine with the cheaper version of the build. You just have to play a little bit more conservatively in your playstyle. I'm going to leave the map for that trade, 180 chaos, real quick. That's enough to burn a portal.
Hello.
What is this wand? Yes, damage over time multiplier. Yeah, okay. Let's see, wave 15.
You will fall, exile.
So yeah, you do finish a lot of incubators, and you do get a lot of gym experience doing these. I've leveled a lot of gyms in these maps. Oh, boss, that boss can 100% kill us. Run away, run away. So there's like 3 forms of the lunacy bosses. This guy spawns these void circles and does these void beams at you. The eyeball boss.
I need
Let's
more
get him in a
mana.
good place. But you see, once I have him cursed, he's so slow that... Whoa! Ah, ah, ah. See? He catches me talking. Even after he kills me, I do about 5 seconds of damage to him, 6 seconds of damage. Yep. He caught me talking. That's funny. He killed me last time, too. Yeah, see, there's this void beam, but it's nice when he's casting the void beam. I can get a lot of... Ooh, run away. See, he's got this big void circle here, he's got a void circle on the stairs, right? So... I'm gonna run up through here, I guess. There we go. He was almost in a tricky position there. Beacon of Madness. I think they're worth like 2 chaos.
Too much clutter.
But yeah, the bosses get me every now and then. But you have 6 portals. I always get to the last wave. Sometimes in the last wave, if 2 or 3 bosses spawn, they get me, but generally I win. And again, I kind of just do these at a relaxing pace. I'm not rushing. I know you could go a lot faster if you wanted to. Not pick up all the junk. I pick up a lot of the junk. I always have. It's my weakness. I'm a junk collector. Let's see, wave 16. So this was our last wave. This is our next wave. You can kind of see the level changes, the mods change. Nothing too bad. Oh, porcupines. What do we get? Blight, unique maps. This is going to be a good one. Horrendous Blight, unique maps. If we don't die to the porcupines. Not bad. And these things only cost about 65, 70 chaos each right now. For the map, the Simulacrum base map. And I definitely always get more than that in junk out of them. It's just, you just get it in ticky-tacky that you gotta sell. But I don't mind that. The nice thing about having Bane so high level is has huge area of effect. So like basically this map is like 3 zones. Let's call it zone 1 here, zone 2 here, and zone 3 down here. You know, my Bane basically, you know, covers 75% of each of the zones, so you just cast it once or twice as you move up into each zone. You're gonna kill everything. Well, that's a lot of junk.
Too much clutter.
You gotta have a system to stash all this stuff. You gotta have something. Remember where everything goes. You could throw it all into a dump tab and sort it afterwards, but you're gonna be doing it sometime, right? Alright, let's see where we're at. Wave 18. Bunch of life. Nothing too bad.
I will break you.
Porcupines again. Oh, I got stunned there. I was talking about that earlier. I have 3 forms of stun immunity, but I'm not 100% stun immune on this build. I'm 80% stun immune as long as I've killed something recently. And then I get some stun immunity when I have energy shield natively. And then I also have a cluster jewel which says when I'm casting a chaos spell, I can't be interrupted by stuns. So, but still, like you just saw, I am not immune to stuns. And definitely when I get stunned, there's a 50% chance that I'm gonna die if it's in here. So I don't worry about it too much. When I go to push experience, I change stuff around so I have stun immunity. Generally. Man, are we gonna crash again? Are you serious? Are you serious? Path of Exile has stopped working. Do you guys see that? It happened at wave 19 in the last video. I just made 2 videos, and each time Path of Exile has stopped working. Well, I don't know if you guys saw that or not, but the game crashed on me. Let's see if the instance is still live. Okay, the instance is still there. That's good, I guess. That happened the instance before this. When I didn't stream, I didn't crash. But now, of course, that I'm streaming, it's going to want to come and crash on me. Looks like it's working again. 3 portals. I'm going to move the portal back over here. Well, there's the boss, of course. Which, okay, he's the ground slam dude. So we just put our totems down, get some wither stacks on them, and then once we have them withered, let him mess with our decoy, and then he'll die. Oh, charge breach done. Beachhead. That's pretty good. Okay, last phase. Huge area of effect. Sapped. Hinder.
I will not be made a fool.
Uh-oh. We got stuck something. Okay, there's one boss. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Spam the flasks. Let's recharge occur.
I need more mana.
Kill the guy the same way. We'll put down our totems, let him get some hinder charges up. Wither charges up. Let him focus on the totems or a decoy, and then we'll just dot him down. Nice.
You shall serve me whether you like it or not.
So yeah, that's how that works. I like the voice acting in this league. It's got good voice acting. So it tried to take it from me with the crash again, but it didn't. I think my microphone sounded a lot better this time. Let me know what you think. But yeah, they're a lot of fun. Pretty chill. Yeah, I got a lot of dump tabs to go through now. I've run a bunch of these today, as you can see from all my full tabs of junk. But it's cool because you get loot. You get loot from everywhere. You get all sorts of random stuff. And you definitely get more, a lot more than the 65, 70 chaos that they cost to get the stone. But anyway, that's what they look like. Pretty fun. And thanks for watching. And if you have any questions about the build, you can Google VOC BANE Bloom, or you can hit me up in game or on Discord at Gentry number, oh dang, no, I forget, 5659 I think. Let me go look at my Discord real quick. I used to. Oh dang. I think it's 5659. What the heck do I see? Yeah. But anyway, thanks for watching. Have a good one, guys.